Okay, so here we are at square one. Again, it's been a while. We played our last game for 50 days, and because of a rookie error, just a big oversight on my part, we were killed and we didn't have a touchstone to help ourselves come back. So, after crying buckets of tears, and calling myself every name in the book I could think of, we're going to start over and learn from our mistakes because that's what people do. So, oh, and so we start off with butterflies and berries and plenty of flowers and even a buggery old turkey. So let's see what this island can do for us. And if you've not watched before, what I like to do is scope out the perimeter of the whole continent that we're on, if that's what you want to call it, island, whatever. I like to run through the peninsulas on the edge to sort of map it out on the big map, and then we can see the lay of the land, grasslands, forest, farmland, swamp, whatever, and just plot our way through it of where we want to have our camp and what areas to avoid, this, that, the other. So what I like to do is just go as fast as I can these first few days and collect grass, because when we do settle on a camp, I want to start building my protection wall right away. That's just what I like to do. Other people like to do different things, and more power to them, but this is what I'm used to, and so this is what I'm going to do. Fill my pockets full of food. We'll get a handful of flowers with us. Make sure we have some flint, plenty of food. Flowers are not that important right now. And we'll just carry on. When we find, let's see, we can already build an axe, so let's go ahead and build an axe, and we'll get some wood built up. You have to have at least 3 grass and at least 1 or 2 logs to start a fire. And if you don't have a fire built, when it gets to be night, something will come in the dark and kill you dead. So it's very important that as you're playing, you might want to check. Yes, I can build a fire. I cannot build a fire pit, but I can build a fire. So we are all good for right now, and we're just gonna, like I say, start collecting as many twigs and things as we can before dark. And when I get up so high, I don't concentrate so much on the grass and such, because I really want to make as much headway during the daylight hours and the dusk hours as I can to get this first stage mapped out. There are some rocks for us. We can build a fire pit if we have enough rocks. We're not going to worry about manure right now. And as we travel around on the perimeter, we're always wanting to keep our eyes open for the skeletons who may have things that they've dropped that could be very beneficial to us that we may not otherwise find or get in the game. So that's what we try to do. And I'm sure if you've seen some of my games, I walk right by stuff and you're probably saying, go get that, go get that. And I'm just not seeing it. But I think that happens to everyone. And so we'll run on, and just before dark we'll build our fire. And we'll check the map to see how far we've managed to get this first day. So we just run, trying to scope out our area. We'll be hungry that first time we stop. And we sure have enough food to get us going. So we're just following the perimeter. And we try to choose a good place to stop, you know, not near any spiders or definitely not in the swamp. So we're just running on, and we're going to go across this bridge, and we better build our fire. Okay. And we're by a few trees. We got to be careful this first part of the game because we definitely don't want the tree monster to come get us at night, and I usually don't cut trees at night. But since we're so close to a bunch of trees, we'll go ahead and cut at least one. And we'll go ahead and burn these pine cones too, because all they really do at this point in the game is take up pocket space. If we pick up any seeds, it's just for starvation prevention at this point, because we don't have any bird traps to use them with, and we don't we're not planting crops right now. So these are just mainly if we get so hungry we can't find any food, then a few seeds might get us through here and there. Alright, so our belly is empty just about. We're going to cook some carrots. And we'll eat a few berries to fill ourselves up. And maybe even a few flower petals, because I see that we are a little bit down in the dumps there. So we'll eat a few flower petals. Okay, let's check the map. Alright, so we started up here. And we've followed the edge all the way around. We've got a long way to go, let me tell you. Oh, and look, we passed that totally normal tree there that we should have chopped down. So we may run back down the road and get that. It's by that pig house. We don't want them hanging around, that's for sure. So we'll run back over there real quick. And we were right there by that pig house too, and I did not see that. Now, you see what I mean about me not noticing everything as we're running around. I'm kind of concentrating on that perimeter. And, yeah, that beefalo may have distracted us a little. So we're going to have to be real careful because that beefalo is right there. We'd like for him to move before we start chopping so he doesn't get mad at us, but he doesn't seem to want to move. Come on, move out of the way. Okay. Let's just do it. And meanwhile, the pig people are fighting those spiders, which is something that they like to do. Okay, so we got rid of him. And it doesn't hurt to check your map frequently so that you can see when you might miss opportunities like that. There's a lot of things that show up on the map, and there are some things that don't show up on the map. So you kind of have to just learn to keep your eyes open and try to make the most of every opportunity. I do not mess with mushrooms right now. Some of them are up during the day, some of them are up during the night. I think I have, in the early days, I ate a mushroom. Hello, Hamilton. I ate a mushroom or two, and all it did was just destroy my my mindset and make me all wobbly and hallucinatory. So I try to stay away from the mushrooms. As I don't know, there probably are instances when you need them, and I know the mandrakes, which are not mushrooms, they're different, like a turnipy looking thing. They can help you out of some sticky situations, but there's always pros and cons to using those things. Hey, Petronius. Petronius. There are a lot of flowers in this wood. Very nice. Very nice indeed. It's good to know where the flowers are, and you can see if you look at the map, you can see that the tombstones will show up, but the flowers won't. So you kind of have to remember where the flowers are. Here's our friendly neighborhood spiders. Yes, indeed. They are just troublemakers from the get-go. And the pig people are constantly fighting with them. And I have fought with them, but after getting the mother of all spiders, I tend to be a little more wary around these fellers because that could be dangerous. Alright, so here we have the swamp. And I don't know how far this is going to carry on. And in the rain, it's probably not a good idea to do this. But we're going to try to trek this out really quickly while we have daylight. And hope that it's not so big in scope that we can't get through it quickly. Because we definitely do not want to try to set up a camp here overnight because of the tentacles and the creepy things that can come to get us. Yes, tentacles. Now, our last game we had, was that a skeleton? No, it was a spider. Our last game, the abandoned farm was right in the middle of the swamp. Well, in that case, forget the abandoned farm. And I do like to set up camp at the abandoned farm, but not when it's in the middle of a swamp. There's no resources around. There's nothing. And so, even though it might be a good patch of ground, in the middle of a swamp, it's not going to do you any good. It's too dangerous to run around, and you know, when you have set up camp, you've got to make several treks here and there for food and whatnot. So, yeah, not a good plan to have your abandoned farm in the swamp. And we have taken to setting up our camp by the Pig King. I really like... Let's get some drumsticks for dinner. I really like setting up in the abandoned farm because you already have 3 farm plots that you can use for growing crops and getting ready for winter. And it's a great quick setup. And it usually has a shovel and some other things in it that you need and can readily use. But being by the Pig King seems to be very beneficial too. They help you fight spiders and such. They're good company and they keep you from getting the doldrums, and they're a lot of fun. I mean, they do come steal meat and food from your camp, but usually if I come across some rot or something, I'll take it back for them, and they just run and eat it right up. So I'm thinking that maybe that keeps them away from my meat, but it usually doesn't. but they're good to have around. Like I say, they help you fight, and it's kind of a beneficial arrangement. It keeps your mind healthy to interact with them and live near them. So, and they usually have some good crops planted around their camp, and if you set up camp near them, you can kind of share your food. So it's a good deal. I always look for the Pig King now, and I have thought that he was always at the end of the brick road. But in the last game, I walked that whole brick road, and he wasn't even near the brick road. He was somewhere else. So maybe mostly by the brick road, but he could be anywhere. So, and that's why another reason why I like to scope out the perimeters. It gives you places that you can search section by section on the little peninsulas and just learn about the place that you're stuck in. Hey, let's cook our turkey legs. Yummy, it's like Thanksgiving. We'll pretend these berries are cranberries. We'll have turkey and cranberry sauce and carrots. All right. Now, this area seems plentiful for food, and the berries will grow back. The carrots will not grow back. But there are areas that have a lot of carrots, and I have walked through areas where, I leave most of the carrots behind so that when I'm actually really, really looking for food, the carrots will be there for me when I really need them. So we'll see. Now these trees, these dead trees, when you chop them down, they'll leave a pine cone or nothing. If you burn a wood, all the trees that you chop, that you burn, will leave behind charcoal. And that's a good replacement to burn if you're trying to save your wood to build a wall or something. So what we're trying to do, we're just trying to get up. You can carry 40 grass in one section, and you can carry 40 twigs in one section. So I always try to get my 40 twigs, get my 40 grass, get my 40 get about 40 tree logs, and replenish your axe when you wear it out, because these things do have lives. Your hats will have lives, your tools, your torch. Who are you? Keep coming in trying to get in the way. Don't you know I'm swinging an axe over here? Clover. Alright, Clover. Practice your safety measures. Get your safety glasses on. Alright, so we have about 23 twigs right now, and we have about 35 grass. So when we do want to set up our camp, we'll be able to make a good start on our area, building some wood walls and having stuff for our camp to be strong. Okay, so we've got 14 logs right now. We've got plenty of food, so we probably won't pick up any more food because there's always a risk that it will spoil. We don't want it to spoil. Then we just have to throw it away, so we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about picking up a lot of food. It seems to be very plentiful, and we know that we can get some anytime. Flowers too. There seems to be a lot of flowers around here. And if we look at the map, let's pull out a little bit. So we're south from where we started, and that area down there seems to be really plentiful. So we're good to go. All right, we've got our 40 grass right now. We've got almost 30 twigs. We do need some more rocks, so we'll keep picking up rocks. We have 7 rocks right now. And flints are important too because you've got to make sure you can start a fire. You do not want to be caught without a fire. That is a sure trip to the morgue. Okay, now one thing we need when we want our when we want to build our science machine, we will need some gold. These rocks like this have gold in them, and usually in these rocky areas are the long-legged birds, so you have to kind of be careful. They have nests with eggs in them. They're right on cue. How about that? They have nests with eggs in them, and they kind of frown on you coming close, and they will chase you for quite a while. So we're just going to run on. We've got the 3 gold we need. There's a swamp there. I don't know if we can get through it before dark, but we'll go ahead and see what we can do. This could be dangerous. This could be there's the ogres. Yeah. Well, fortunately the ogres were occupied by the tentacle, and so they ignored us. Otherwise they probably would have torn us to shreds. Alright, so how fast can we run? That is the question. Okay, we need to get out of this swamp, and I'm just glad there are no mosquitoes. I think you start the game in autumn usually, and so that's probably why there are no mosquitoes. Uh-oh, there's an ogre. Stay away, ogre. Oh man, we do not want to spend the night in the swamp. We do not. Come on. Run for it. Run for it. There's a mosquito. Oh boy, we're going to be in a world of hurt here. There's a tentacle. There's a tentacle. There's a tentacle. Alright, we're going to have to build a fire. Right here. And we're not going to move a whole lot, because there could be a tentacle right near us. That was a bad plan. Now we have to spend the whole night here. At least we have plenty of firewood. Hopefully no mosquitoes will come around and the ogres will mind their own business and leave us alone. But we're well on our way to setting up our first camp. Like I say, you need a science machine to build a lot of the things that you need. Rope and boards and hammers, shovels. And so it requires 3 gold and some rope, I think, and other things that you usually have by the time you set up a camp. But the gold is the thing that you need to at least have 3 golds to build the camp, the science machine. So there's our map. We've come quite a way. There's still a long way to go, believe me. There'll be so many different peninsulas on this continent we're on that it will take us a while to get back to where we started. I hear the mosquitoes. You definitely want to stay out of their way. They do a lot of damage when they bite you. Okay, and it's almost daylight. Maybe we'll put another log on the fire just to keep things bright. It's a good thing we're by the edge. Maybe things won't notice us way over here and we can get out of here. right at the crack of dawn. There we go. Spider glands are good to have for healing. Monster meat is not good for anything. Here's a little patch of green, so let's check this out. Aha! It's the abandoned farm again, right in the middle of the swamp. And that's, you know, that's not good. So we're just going to pick these carrots and pick this grass. I don't think if we had a shovel, I don't think we could dig up these farm plots. There's some twigs. We're just going to take what we can out of this. Never a good idea to have your thing in your farm in a swamp. Here's our shovel. Like I said, there's usually a tool or two in here. So we're going to take all this grass. We're going to take all these carrots because we won't be back. And this metal potato thing, it contains great and fearful power. I don't know what that means. And so we're not going to worry about it. And even from the looks of it, this this area is probably pretty green, but I'm still not going to settle at the abandoned farm, I don't believe. We'll continue to look for the Pig King, and we'll settle there so that we have some neighbors. Okay. Rock. And there's a suspicious pile of rock. Oh, plug sinkhole. Okay. And that, I believe, will show up on the map. Yes, it will show up on the map. The roads all show up on the maps. Oh, here we go in the swamp again. There's a pig. Should we help him? No, I didn't mean to hit you. I didn't mean to hit you. If you accidentally hit a friendly pig person, he will chase you and hurt you. And you can see where the tentacles are. There's usually a little white circle, or there is a little vibrating piece of ground. And you can usually tell that that's where a tentacle is going to come up. So if you do have to stop in the swamp to pick up meat or camp, then that's definitely what you want to look for as a place to where not to camp, because they will be relentless. I have seen them be killed by penguins, and maybe if there's 2 or 3 beefalo, they'll fight long enough to kill one. And they make a good weapon if you get a piece of one. Alright, I think that the evil bees are over here, so I'm going to creep up real slow. There's some regular bees. Yep. See that red beehive at the top? That's the mean bees, and they will all come out and charge you all at the same time. So we probably won't be exploring this area too much right now until we absolutely need to, because those guys will come out and get you. Well, can we sneak over this way a little bit? Look at all the flowers. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we did get a little bit in. The more we can explore without getting killed, the better. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, there they go. We're running. We're running. They'll chase you for quite a while too, and it's pretty hard to get over over all those stings because they'll sting you until you're dead. Okay. Alright, so we're in the evening again. Let's see, we have 14 logs. We need to get plenty of logs. We'll probably eat our seeds so that we have more. Oh, look, it's the Pig King. Hooray! We may be able to set up our camp right here. Let's take a look around. Oh, there's that place with the crank thing. And they might have a spear or something around that we can use. There's a spear. Hooray. All right. There's a pig guy. A road. More pig guys. It's a nice wood. All right. Where's all the neighbors? Okay. All right, we're going to set up camp right here. But this is probably where we'll build our fort, so we're going to go ahead and do a fire pit. Yeah. Nice. We'll eat our seeds. And we'll cook some carrots. Fill up our belly. Because we're going to have a lot of work ahead of us tomorrow. So it's day 4, the end of day 4, and we've already found our camp. This is good and bad, but mostly good, I think. So we will definitely take advantage and get some logs tomorrow and start building our fort. Let's take a look at our map. Okay, so we have plenty of neighbors. The only bad thing is we're by the mean bees, but there are so many flowers over there that you can risk running through there. And if you get a bee bomb, I don't know, that might be the way to get rid of them. We'll have to do some research. But right now, this clearing looks like home. And look at all the neighbors up this way by the spiders. Ah, and there's another totally normal tree right over there that we'll have to chop down. Because we definitely don't want to... Oh, look, there's one south of us too. I like to chop those down because I think they become the tree monster or something, or help the tree monster. I'm not really sure. But I sure don't like to have them around. So if we're going to be cutting a lot of logs, we definitely want to get rid of that totally normal tree. All right. This is a great area. Let's go back to our map again. And we've done a pretty good round there. So this may end up being about the middle. So that's good. All right, let's build our science machine if we can. And we'll go down. Yes, we have everything to build the science machine. All right, the first thing we want to build is a backpack. Well, yeah. I'd say the first thing we want to build is a backpack. That way we can carry more stuff. All right. And then we'll want to build some rope. Okay. And boards. And we don't have a whole lot of wood. And we can't even build anymore. Okay, so we're gonna lay our boards over here. And we're going to go chop some trees. First of all, we're gonna head south. And we're gonna find that totally normal tree. There he is. Let's cut him down. Okay. There are plenty of rocks around here. This is such a good area. This is such a good area. All right. There's even some carrots around. Nice. Nice. All right, let's look at the map and see where that other totally normal tree was. Okay, he's up there. All right, let's go find him. We're not going to pick any more berries right now because our berries are doing good. We don't want them to spoil, so they'll be there when we need them. And I think... Oh, he's down here. Totally normal tree. Don't mind me. Oh, we already got him. Okay. A totally normal tree. We've already got him. Okay. Super. Super. And I have burned the logs from a totally normal tree. And they kind of... When you throw one on the fire, you kind of hear a scream like far off in the woods or something. So, I don't know about totally normal. I don't think I would call it a totally normal tree. But that is what it is called, and so that is what it is. Alright, sir. Don't you get in an uproar here because we're going to be neighbors now. We are neighbors. And there's not too much you can do about. What is your name? Galenius. Alright, Mr. Galenius. We are neighbors. Oh, look, and there's even a rabbit hole right close to our camp. So, what we will do is make a trap and start... Oh, not a backpack. Ah, blow. Not a backpack. A trap. And we will set that trap right here. I don't know what we're going to do with the second backpack. Will that give us even more pockets? I don't think so. Alright. So, let's see. Well, the more rabbit holes we can find, that will be sweet. Anyway, I think I chopped a bunch of trees over here and didn't pick up the wood. So we'll want to do that. Okay. Alright. Oh, I didn't mean to pick that evil flower. We'll have to drop that. We don't want to keep those petals. So, living by the Pig King, you know, he doesn't do much. He just kind of hangs out and does his own thing. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Who are you? Clover? Alright, I didn't get to meet my other neighbor yet. Clover. Clover's gonna be our neighbor. Alright, let's see. How many trees have we got? Well, we could probably cut a few more. And we'll need some more grass. We've used up a lot of our grass. We'll go on a foraging hunt and get some grass to transplant eventually, but not today. We'll try to replenish our grass a little bit near camp. We've got plenty of time before it gets dark. And the pig people, that's one of the downfalls is living by the pig people is that they snore. They snore. Okay, so, hey, we've got a shovel. Let's go ahead and, as long as we have time, we'll dig up this grass that we've already picked, and we can replant that so that it grows back. And that will help us keep the grass around our area. We just need some fertilizer to fertilize it after we plant it. And it will grow back. All right. Let's get over to our camp and light our fire. And prepare for another night. Let's see. Looks like we're pretty hungry again. Oh, my berries are starting to turn. Okay, we'll save those and give them to the neighbors tomorrow. All right, so we've got some grass to plant. First, we're going to need to figure out the layout for our camp. And while we're waiting for morning, we'll go ahead and make some more boards. Okay. And then we'll get these boards and we'll see if we can make some walls. Alright, and we need some more boards. Okay, so we're gonna already have to cut some more lumber, but I think I like the L-shaped camp, and so what I'll probably do is do a wall here and a wall here and a wall here and then down and out again, so kind of L-shaped. So let's see, I think over here we'll plant our grasses. We have 9 that we can plant. I hope they don't mind that I plant them by the Pig King. And it looks like there's a beefalo running around already, so maybe we can get some fertilizer, which we didn't get any before, so yes sir, we need some fertilizer. So let's see if we can find some more beefalo. One beefalo is not going to make a lot of manure. We'll just run around for a minute. There's one. Hey dude, where's your herd? And of all the beefalo that I've seen, I've never seen the little babies off by themselves, but there was a big spider attack or big spider war between the beefalo and the spiders or something, and I came across one little beefalo all alone in the woods, so I was trying to guide him back to where there was another herd. Uh-oh, look at that. Boy, there's a lot of these trees around. Where's my axe? We sure don't like... Why do these guys keep growing back up? Is he where he used to be? There's so many things I don't know about this game. Let's see. The one was over there and the one was up there. We already cut them down. So, I don't know. Boy, how many of them are there? Alright, well, while we're in here looking for beefalo manure, we'll cut down a few more trees. Boy, my axes aren't lasting very long, are they? We need the logs to build our walls. Alright, it's day 6, so we can expect a visit from some hounds, which is not always a pleasant way to spend your day. So far, it's just kind of stray beefalo. We need to find a herd. Have you heard of the beefalo herd? Who are you? Are you Clover? Arcadius. Arcadius, have you heard of the beefalo herd? We're trying to find them. We're trying to find them. Well, there's a road. We don't want to get too far from home right now because we've got to start building our wall. Uh-oh, we were supposed to give some of those berries to our neighbors because they're spoiling. We can always cook them, I guess. Get another carrot. Hey, we caught a rabbit. Clover. Nope, that's Nerva. Nerva. Okay. Nerva. We're trying to collect the manure. Hopefully beefalo manure. You guys. They have a habit of pooing in their own backyard sometimes and not pleasant. You need to learn better manners. Maybe we can teach them some things. Yes, they need to learn better manners. Alright. Let's see if we can build a few more boards. Alright, so we can do another wall segment. Alright, so now we have 24 wall segments. That's plenty to get started. We'll just have to keep our eye on the clock to make sure that we do not lose track of the daylight. There's nothing like having walls between you and the pig people because they are hoarders. They are, what do you call them? Foragers. Let's call them foragers. We'll call them foragers. We'll be nice and call them foragers. Scavengers. Alright, and then we have 4 more. Now, the only problem that I've ever had with these walls is that penguins can break them down, and lightning lightning will burn them down in a heartbeat. So That's never fun. Okay, so now we have a backpack. Hopefully we'll find Chester. And Chester is this pumpkin-looking thing who's kind of like a dog. If you find the eye bone and pick up the eye bone, Chester will come running out of nowhere and follow you. As long as you have the eye bone, he'll follow you. And you can open him up and use him like a storage chest and keep stuff in him, so he's an extra set of pockets. And then if you're going to fight something or you're going to go through the swamp and you don't want him tagging along, you just leave the eye bone and he'll stay with the eye bone, and then you can run off and go do whatever you want. So not a bad deal to find the eye bone and get Chester on your side. Though if you do get attacked by the hounds, they will attack him, and he can be hurt and die. And then what happens is he disappears and all your stuff just falls on the ground. So it's not quite so bad as it could be, but then you lose your pockets and try to have to fill everything in with your backpack. And now that we have 2 backpacks, because we made a mistake and built 2 of them, we can probably, alright, log. We can probably just pick this one up. Oh, well, alright. We'll set ours down. And we'll go pick this one up. And we'll bring it back. I don't know why it has stuff in it. Why would it have stuff in it? Because we just picked it up and it was empty. Weird. Okay. And 1 manure. Alright, so we're going to set the backpack over here. And then we'll go get our regular backpack, which is empty. Okay. Oh, I know how that happened. We swapped them out when we went to pick that one up. That's right. Okay. Anyway, so we've got 19 logs. We've got over 20, about 25 grass. So we'll be able to make some more wall. I think we should call it quits for now. We're on day 7. We're going to be attacked by hounds probably today or tomorrow. So we'll get ready for that. We're going to build a suit. Let's see if we can build a log suit. Tools. Survival. Food. Fight. Alright, grass suit, log suit. Let's go ahead and do the log suit. You cannot wear the log suit and have a backpack at the same time. So, if you put on the suit, you'll drop your backpack. But that's okay. Alright, until next time, thank you for joining me as we start a new adventure. Hopefully this time we'll last longer than 50 days, but you never know. You just never know. So we'll see you next time. Please join us as MessHazel plays Don't Starve. MessHazel out.